Good day, Dr. Muzalifa. I'm Alicia from Group 2, and we will be presenting for our group project, Smart Telecom Plan Analyzer Billing System. Nowadays, markets offers wide variety of data plan at various prices, and this had led to users to make wrong choices and sometimes even unaware of hidden taxes and often be shocked by their bills. So this project has aimed to solve this problem for users that are unfamiliar with their data plan. So in this project, we will have to calculate cost per gigabyte, and we have prepaid balance tracker, and lastly, tax and regulatory fee calculator. To start the coding, we must have hashtag include stdio.h, which is required in every C coding whenever we want to use standard input or output file functions like printf and scanf. And there's these three: void cost per GB, void prepaid balance, and void tax fee. This three is the declaration for the functions that I will be explaining later. And there's int choice and character condition. CONT meant for condition. So in this program, we use a switch case. So for users to choose their switch case, it's either they insert 1, 2, 3, or 4, which is number and which is an integer. So the data type for the choices is int. And in this program, we do looping also. So the condition for the looping is we'll ask user to insert the letter Y. So the letter Y is a character. So the data type for the choice is char character. So after the declaration, the coding continues with some design and with our title after Smart Telecom Analyzer Billing System. After stands for the initials for each group members. After that, we use do while loop. We use do while loop because we want the menu to run at least once before checking whether the user wants to repeat it or not. So in this do while loop, we will printf welcome to after data plan calculator, just for users to know what it is. And we printf our switch case. First, cost per gigabyte analyzer. Second, prepaid balance tracker. Third, tax and regulatory fee calculator. And lastly, exit, which is for users to end this program. So, and we ask user for their choice, which is printf, please select your choice. And scanf, which is we save the input from the users into n% choice. And then we have the switch choice program. So for case 1 is cost per GB, it's the name for the function 1. So after each switch case, we'll have a break. This break statement in each switch case is there to stop that one case after it completed. And it's the same for switch case 2, which is using function to name prepaid balance, and there's a break. And switch case 3, tax fee, and there's also a break. And for case 4, in case 4, there's no function, and it will just print exit after a menu, and also a break. And there's default, means that when users chooses neither 1 to 4, it will printf invalid choice, please select between 1 to 4 only. Whenever each switch case completed, we will ask the user either they want to return back to the menu. So we have this line, which is line 45, while get character not equals to new line. So this line is whenever there's leftover new line from pressing enter after our previous input, which is asking users to choose a case. The new line would still be sitting in the input buffer. So when the program asks for the condition, either the user want to return back to the menu, it will immediately read that new line instead of waiting for users to insert Y or N. So this line clears the buffer, and whenever there's scanf %C n% condition runs, it will correctly wait for the actual input, which is y or n. So after we save the answer from the users in n% condition file, we will end the program if the users enter n, and it will loop the program whenever the user enter capital Y or small letter y, because it states there while condition equals to small letter y or condition equals to capital letter Y. So if the program actually ended, it will printf thank you, and that's all for our main program. So after our main program is our function. So the first function is for calculating cost per gigabyte. So we uses void cost per GB. We uses void because void uses only for function that perform actions like printing. Means that our calculation is due inside the function instead of inside the main program. The function is used only for printing at the main program. So we uses void. So firstly, we declare for monthly cost, data allowance, and cost per GB. We uses float because there will be decimal places for these inputs. And then we ask for users to enter their monthly plan costs, and then we will save the input in n% monthly cost. After that, we ask for their data allowance, and then we save it inside n% data allowance. And then to calculate cost per gigabyte, it's monthly cost divided by data allowance. So this is the calculation for cost per GB. And then we'll print the cost per gigabyte equals to rm percentage 0.2f, means that the answer will be in 2 decimal places, and the answer will be taken from cost per GB this file. So this is for function 1. And like I mentioned just now at the switch case part, so case 1 is cost per GB. This is the calling for the function. And we have the declaration of the function at the very top, which is after the include stdio.h. So the sequence for the function is, after the main program, we write the small function after it, and then we declare it at the very top, and then we will call the function inside the main program. So that's all for the main program and function 1. I'll pass to the next person to explain for function 2.
Hi and Assalamualaikum. My name is Farisha Ibn Jasrin. So today I'm going to be presenting to you switch case number 2 and also function number 2. So first of all, we need to declare our function in our main program. So as you can see right here, we declare it as a void prepared balance. Now let's look at how the program routes user to this feature using a switch case statement inside our main function. So if the user selects option 2 from the program menu, the switch statement matches the input to this case. The program immediately makes a function call to prepared balance, jumping the execution straight to where that function is defined. In line 32, the break keyword is crucial here. Once the prepared balance function finishes running, the break statement tells the computer to exit the switch block entirely. This prevents the program from accidentally falling through and running case 3 underneath it. And then let's dive into the core logic of the prepared balance function, which calculates how much money is left on a prepaid mobile plan after calls and text messages. So in line 83, this defines the function. The keyword void means this function performs a set of actions and prints a result directly to the screen, but it does not return any data value back to the main program. And in line 85 to 87, we declare that variables needed for our math. So as balance, which is starting balance, call cost, SMS cost, and remaining are set as float because currency amounts usually have decimals. Minutes and SMS are set as integer because you typically count whole minutes or individual text. So in line 89 to 90, the program prompts the user to enter the initial balance in RM, and scanf reads that decimal number %f and store it in the memory address of as balance. In line 91 to 92, it asks for the rate charge per minute of talking, saving it into call cost. So in line 93 to 94, it asks for the total time spent on calls, saving it as a whole number integer %d into minutes. and in 95 to 96 line, it prompts the monetary cost of sending a single text messages, saving it into SMS cost. Finally, in line 97 to 98, it asks how many texts were sent, saving it as an integer into num SMS. So for the calculation and output, in line 100, which is the formula, this is where the call logic happens. The program calculates total call cost by multiplying call cost times minutes and total SMS cost by multiplying SMS call times num SMS. It then subtracts both total from the starting balance and saves the net result into the remaining variable. Lastly, in line 102, where we display the result, this prints the final remaining balance back to the user. The formatting tracker %.2f is used to make sure the decimal number is cleanly rounded to exactly 2 decimal places, which is standard for displaying currency Ringgit Malaysia. So that's all from me. Thank you very much.
Okay, saya akan terangkan pasal function ketiga, iaitu TAT fee, kira total bill. Okay, first base price. Base price ni adalah harga asal plan. Next untuk kedua, tax rate. Tax rate ni adalah kadar cukai persen. So ketiga, fixed fee. Fixed fee ni adalah charge tahap kerajaan. Dan keempat adalah total bill, total keseluruhan bill tu. So untuk kedua, input, semua input yang ada ni ialah program minta pengguna memasukkan harga asas, kadar cukai dan cas tetap. Untuk pengiraan pada printf ni, total bill, base price, darab, tax rate, fixed fee ni iaitu maksudnya harga asas ditambah cukai, kemudian ditambah cas tetap. Okey, untuk line ke 128 ni, total bill, base price 1 plus tax rate plus fixed fee ni ialah harga asas ditambah cukai, kemudian ditambah cas tetap. Okey, lepas tu ke 130 ni, line 130, printf ni dia akan muncul total bill kita lah. Total bill ni jumlah keseluruhan dia. So dia akan simpan ke file, jadinya dia akan simpan ke line ke 132 ni lah. So dia akan simpan ke FPTR ni, maksudnya dia akan buka maklumat tu dan kita boleh tengok dia punya history billing lah dekat situ. So tulis dan dia boleh tulis maklumat harga asas dan jumlah bil ke dalam file, dan kemudian dia tutup file tu. Ringkasnya, guna input, kira jumlah, tunjuk hasil dan simpan rekod. Okey, untuk kes 3 ni juga dia gunakan untuk kira jumlah bil dengan cukai dan cas tetap. Jadinya bila pengguna tu masukkan harga asas, dia akan jadi cas tetap. Program kira jumlah, tunjuk hasil, simpan dan dalam file billing history tu. Jadinya ringkas dia adalah kes 3 ni, dia calculate bilangan, lepas tu dia ambil input, dia kira jumlah, paparkan dan simpan rekod. Okay, sekian, terima kasih.
Hi, my name is Desmond Apple. Now we are looking how of the menu saves its result. Means that when you run a calculation in a regular console program, the data vanish the moment you close the application. Means that all the data that you already calculate, already types, will gone. And now to fix this, we use the file input or output file. Means that we are going to write our result into a permanent text file. Now let's start. Okay, now as you can see over here, first we need to declare file first. Why we need to declare file? Because the file is defined in the header of our file. So means that we need to declare this one. This is a very fundamental things that you need to know. Second, we need to declare pointer FPTR. What's the meaning of pointer FPTR here? We declare that FPTR is a pointer variable of the type of the file. So they will assign the address of the file descriptor that is an area of the memory that will be associated with an input of our output stream. So before reading or writing to a file, the declare file must first open the file and assign the address of each file descriptor to the file pointer variable. Means here we need to put fopen first to open the file, and here I put the binding history as my name of the file. As you can see here, what the meaning of the A? A means for the append, which is mean go to the very bottom of the file and add a new text right at the end. And if the file exists, the marker is positioned to end. But if the file doesn't exist, it will be created. As you can see over here, the statement of if is to check is whether our bridge is broken or not. If the FPTR equal to nulls, means that it will go to the this curly bracket and print error opening file. But if the FPTR does not equal to null, it means that it will go to the out of this curly bracket and print all of this. And as you can see over here, why we need to use fprintf instead of printf only. You need to know the differences of fprintf and the printf only. Means that if you want to display the output to the user, you need to use printf, but we use fprintf because we want to put the output into the file name in our binding history. Means that all of this will be displayed on our file name in the binding history. So all of this will display in our binding history, and then we can close the coding with the f close bracket fptr. Now we want to try our coding. Now press 1, enter, 12. Okay, now we already get our output, and then see whether the file is already exists or not. Go to our file, and then it will show the binding history. Means that our file is already exists. So as you can see over here, this is the output that we already entered the input on our coding. Means that it's not gonna be gone. We still can see our output, still can see the past output. So this is the function of using input and output. Fine. Hi guys, actually the step is exactly the same with the first function, still using A for append to make sure the output being saved, and the output keeps saving the input from the user. So in short, this outdoor binding system code, which is the telecom calculator and history tracker, it does three main things, which is interactive menu, smart calculation, and the permanent history. In the interactive menu, it uses a loop and a menu to 1 to 4, so the user can continuously test different options without restarting the program again and again. So second, the smart calculation. Smart calculation here is to split different tasks into the 3 needs section, which is cost per GB, per pet tracker, and text calculator. In these 3 calculations, we use function to make it more easier to see in the coding part. And lastly, permanent history. This is a fundamental part in this coding, which is every time a calculation is made, it safely save and format the result into the permanent text file, which is we already declare it as a binding history.txt. So meaning that the data is never lost and keep safe. So this is a fundamental part in this programming coding. Thank you.